All right, so what I'm going to do is today your lab is going to be creating a plat and using an existing plat to kind of familiar yourself with the plat notes and what labels need to be on a plat. So the first thing I want to do is show you on the Osceola County Property Appraisers. So I'm going to go ahead and Google that so I can find the website. So it's propertyappraisers.org, Osceola County Property Appraisers. I'm going to go to the map search. I do have the parcel ID for you, so I'll put this into the homework assignment on the online. So come up here, you're going to search, and you're going to put in the parcel ID number. Again, I'll give you this on the assignment. And then you're going to click search. All right. We're going to be looking at this area here, this parcel or this plat that's been recorded here. You can see that it says Stony Brook South, North Parcel, Phase 3, Plat Book, 28 pages, 43 through 44, and it's Tract D. It's a park area. So we are actually in Osceola County on the west side. So I want you to go ahead and click on the parcel information, and I want you to get the property card, record card. I want you to download this and also be a part of your assignment that you have to give us. Now, I'm having you do that is because a lot of counties, when you go to submit them, they require this information, so they don't have to look it up. So go ahead and hit the download. It'll take a second for mine, and I am going to put it into my documents. I'm going to put it into the class, my lab. Right now this is lab 6, and I'm going to save. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to go to the Osceola County Court of Clerks and find this book. Okay, so I'm going to open up another tab, and I'm going to type in, and you can see I've typed it in before, Osceola County Court of Clerks. Now each county might be a little different of how it's called, their website, etc. I'm going to do a search. Well, no, I'll take that back. Go ahead and go to Osceola so you know the steps. You're going to come up here, you're going to search records. And I am going to search official records. And I am going to just go basic search. Give it a second. Where'd it go? I can't tell if it's... All right. For whatever reason, my search engine isn't using this. So I'm going to come up here and go for a quick and easy search of records. I'm going to click here, Legacy Web Search. All right, I'm going to go to the document type because I know it's a plat. You can type it in here, but I'm going to come down here to selected documents, and I'm going to find plat. Okay, so it automatically puts up here. Use the box above to search. So I'm going to go book and page number. Maybe I didn't have to pick document type. I don't think I did, but anyway. So I want plat again. I don't do this often, you can see. The book was 28 and the page is 43. 43 is what I'm going to start with. And search. All right, so you can see there's 2 of them. They're the exact same. Okay, so I'm just going to pick on view, and then I am going to, you can see that there's multiple pages. There's 4 pages. I'm going to click on print PDF, and it says it's generating. Y'all have to download this and get it to me and view. Once I view it, I will download it So I'll have it so that I can see. What your responsibility is going to be is to create this plat. Now, you know what it's supposed to look like. This is the answer. What I'm going to give you is the start of this. I'm not anticipating you drawing all the lines, but I am going to give you the information to start the plat. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and download this. Hopefully this will work. Okay, and I am going to write PB plat book dash 28 dash PG dash 43 dash 4. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop here, and this is your first task and those 2 items to upload, and we'll start and go over the, well, I'm not going to stop here. So your job is going to take this information, make sure you download it so it's easier to see, and you're going to recreate this information. I want you to review what this information says, and I'll talk about it as we go along. There's a dedication of who is dedicating the plat, who is the surveyor and mapper, the approval by the county surveyor representing, or they used to have their own survey people, but Osceola County did, but with the times changing, that got they got let go actually, and then now they source out to other surveyors. And then the approval by the county, the Board of County Commission, the approval by the county engineer. They do have a county engineer. And then the certificate of the county clerk. Those are the people that went ahead and processed it and approved it. You have plat notes. These talk about easements that are on the plat. This talk about what's the reference bearing. It always has to have this on the plat. There are drainage easements. You can see them listed here. There's different tracts owned and maintained by the homeowners association or a master association. There is a tract that's being used for a park. There's a stormwater management tract. Give me 1 second. Sorry. There's notes that refer to easements and uses for the streets. There's a tract for H that has to do with public right-of-way. J is a wetland tract. L and M are landscape tracts, and hardscape meaning some type of feature. A is a street lights, so that's where they put the street lights, so the power people have access to it. And then it goes on to say if these are county streets, then the county has the right to go in and repair and replace anything that's damaged. Duke Energy, it says they can go on across and through the right-of-ways. And then lots 1 through 27 are to be operated as short-term rental units. So that's something special that they did. And the reason they're short-term rental is because they're out near Disney. And then you have the legal description. You have a legend of specifically note the information that denotes the permanent reference monuments, the symbol that denotes the found reference monuments, and then who's setting the control, and if it's already been set. Okay, these are section and quarter sections. These are just the labels to describe easements, buildings. Non-radial is something you see. Radial, you'll see R for radius. I'm all on the radial stuff today. Drainage and utility easements, drainage and wall easements, drainage easements, county roads, IDs. These are the typicals, okay? SU, sidewalk and utility easements. Just get familiar with those, and then you have a sheet index. This labels the number of sheets you have and what details you have on it. Now, the first or the second page technically, is an overall boundary. So it outlines your entire property, and that this short-term rentals laid out in, and then it shows you the tracks. But you also know that you have your corner set. It's the southeast corner of lot 11, and there's a found 5/8. It's sometimes it's hard when they scan these in. 5/8 iron cap, and these are the lot numbers that you'll see on here. And you'll see that they don't show the streets, but they just show the right-of-ways. These are the tracks that are landscape. Okay. There's miscellaneous information that's on the outside of this. I don't believe I'll be giving you any of that. Just focus on this right here for right now. Unless I can find the information that you can use just to XREF in the back. You will have to add some information. I don't anticipate you. Technically, if this is the southeast, this lot here, these two lots here are probably, I'm not 100% sure of that, are probably split in half. I mean, directly in half, because it's a section corner. All right. Or it's a part of a section. Anyway, so the next page you can see is now they actually have labels on each of the lots. Notice that each of these lots is labeled with the bearing on it, but this only has a label for the actual lot itself. It's because this bearing is telling you what the bearing of the entire line is, and these two bearings are the exact same, okay? Because there's not an overlaying line that matches this when you have to put the bearings on each line. Okay, so for example, notice on this one, there is no bearing on each individual lot. It's just the ones that are north and south, because this bearing is telling you what this overall, this 13, 14 is, if I added up all these little individual pieces, that's what it would be. You also have on this, you have the right-of-ways labeled. You have 5-foot drainage easements. You have 10-foot utility drainage and utility easements. Notice that they're using the curve data here, okay? We'll get started today on labeling everything, but this will probably be a 2-part lab. The first part is getting the easy stuff done, you know, the general labeling. The harder part is I'm going to show you how to do tables that will create all these curve information. So I doubt I'll get to that this week, but it'll be a lab assignment, a 2-part lab assignment, okay? So you'll have to start with creating all the dimensions that you see on this plat. Notice also that you have this little key map. So I'll show you how to make a key map also. Again, it might not be in this first lab, but be like a cleanup. I'm giving you a portion of the site. Let me go back up. Let me go to here. This is pretty detailed. Now, the sketch that I have I will not give you this information in CAD. What I want you to do is, with your knowledge of CAD and how to lay out things, it is going to be your job to actually lay out these landscape tracks. So I'm not going to give you everything, but I'm going to give you almost everything. And the whole point about plats is that you should be able to recreate the information CAD-wise, out in the field-wise, physical, with a plat. That means if I had to draw the location, think about this, if I had to draw the location of this easement, this column easement right here, I would know from this corner, and this corner is measured off of another corner, that it goes over 119 feet. It is a total of a 16-foot width, but it's only 10.5 here. So you can see, you can start to draw these out with the information that you're given between this point here and this point here. You'll also have to understand what these curve data is telling you. All right, so we'll go over that in a little bit. Anyway, so let me pause here. So you've got this downloaded. Make sure you upload this as part of your assignment. I'm not giving this to you, so you have to get it yourself so you can start doing the labeling. So I'm going to stop here this time, and then we'll get talking about the CAD file.